Hello everyone, welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. This one is a timeless love reading. We're going to be looking at who you'll fall in love with. It's kind of a generic reading so that it could apply to a broad range of audiences. So while this is a topic primarily for singles, this could also be like a confirmation of an existing connection, a rekindling of a connection, an evolution of a current connection that may not be romantic at this time. And this is especially the case for those of you that are on soulmate or twin flame journeys. But again, this topic is definitely for the singles. Or even if you like, I know people have used this as a reference to like if you're looking to see who you're gonna marry, like who's your future spouse, like whatever applies, however it resonates, you just go ahead and take it. So I am here with my Santa Muerte tarot deck. I have 2 astrology based decks and I have 4 love based decks. One that is a hybrid of a soulmate, twin flame, oracle. And I also have this Whispers of Healing that I may pull at the end for advice. Maybe I'll do it that way. I hadn't decided how I was going to use this deck yet. So I'll just hop right into the messages. So I'll let you pick your piles from left to right. Pile 1 is the Strawberry Quartz. Pile 2 is the Rose Quartz. And pile 3 is the Smoky Quartz. I'll give you a moment to select your pile. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, if you selected the Strawberry Quartz, then this is your reading. Here's a bit of a close-up. That's a little bit too close. and we're gonna just put this right here in the frame so that you can see. So let's see who you wanna fall in love with. Pile 1, Smoky. Oh, not Smoky. Maybe you wanna pick pile 3. Okay, if you were questioning whether or not you wanted 1 or 3, maybe stick around and see what comes out in pile 3. But Strawberry Quartz, let's see who you'll fall in love with. Okay. The Sun. So this is a very vibrant person, very fun person. The Sun is it rules Leo and the 5th house of joy and pleasure. So someone that really makes you somebody that lights you up, someone that makes you feel really, really good, very powerful, very positive presence, someone that just has, again, that radiant energy, just gives you energy simply for being around. Like if you're feeling low, if you're feeling drained, this person can immediately lift your energy, not just from an emotional perspective, but spiritually too. Like if you were kind of like, I don't really feel like doing things today, as soon as you engage this person, it's like, wow, I'm ready to go. So that's the kind of person that is, I want to say coming in. So if you're single, it's coming in for you. But definitely, someone that just, this person also attracts a lot of attention. I'll say that, right? With the Sun, like you just truly cannot avoid attention. People always are wondering what this person's doing, what's going on with them. Like just, even if they're not like an attention seeker, people just are really invested in what this person has going on. So let me see if I can get, okay, I did. I got 2 more. So let's see. At the bottom, you have the Ace of Swords. Right? Clarity, very clear. This is a person that you're not going to have to guess with. Very open book with the Sun and that Ace of Swords. Clear communicator, very sure, very confident in who they are, what they have to say, how they feel about you, how they feel about things in general. Very expressive, right? A very expressive individual. So the 2 cards that came out, the Lovers. I love that for you in the love reading. That is Gemini energy. So we have Leo, we have Gemini on the table, and then we have the King of Pentacles. So very, very stable. So a stable, very sure, very vibrant person. It's like an ideal person for anybody, but this person's really going to come in if they aren't already around and just feel like they work with you, right? Like this is someone, like this is like a dream person. Regardless of gender, I'm feeling like I'm feeling a bit of a masculine energy coming through with the Sun and the King of Pentacles. But again, it does not have to be. This is all inclusive, and these are general messages. So all of you have varying experiences that selected this pile. But I mean, very vibrant, very passionate, very fun person, very loving and expressive, but also very stable, right? I think, and it's coming through, so this may be your history with connections, pile one. Sometimes you'll find someone that is very, very stable, but maybe to you, right? Everything is relative. They're a little bit dull, or maybe they don't express themselves in a way that is compatible with you. Or the opposite, it's someone that is very passionate, very expressive, but they're also very flowy and lack stability, possibly even maturity. This person's gonna come in and kind of have the best of the both worlds for you singles, or this may be a confirmation of someone that's already on your mind. So I love this energy. Love this energy. Very beautiful reading so far. Let me pull from these astrology-based decks to get more clarity and insights on this person you're going to fall in love with if you're not already falling. Honestly, with the Lovers card, those of you that are here for confirmation, the Sun, the Lovers, yes, this person definitely you're already falling in love with, and it seems to be mutual with that Ace of Swords. Like, it's very clear. So if you've been doubting, this is again a confirmation. Specifically, if this person has Gemini, Leo, or Earth sign placements. But again, these are general messages, so it doesn't have to be that specifically resonating for you. Okay, let me get, I think I want two. So first one that came out is Cancer. Nurture, comfort, protection. Okay. For whatever reason, I'm wanting to mention like other words that are not necessarily the sign Cancer. Like it rules like the crab, so I'm hearing like possibly seafood or something like that. We could be actually talking about let me clarify that message. Let me see real quick. Okay, but it does. It says nurture, comfort, protection. It's like caretaker energy coming through. All right, what is this? Okay, and Gemini is coming through again. So we have house 3. Early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So we've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the Lovers. Again, Gemini energy coming through heavily again. So there's some. So I'm not gonna. Okay, so this person that you're gonna fall in love with. There's a lot of messages that came out at one time. Sorry, give me a second. It's gonna come in close proximity. So this is not someone you're gonna meet while you're like traveling far off on this epic journey. This is gonna be someone very local with all of this Gemini energy. Someone close in proximity to you, whether it's connecting through friends, whether it's just in your town, in your city. I'll even say your state, right? Like, but just someone that comes close to you, that is close to you, has been close to you, that'll come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's very close in proximity. There's connectors here because you have house 3, which is local energy, localized energy, because it's the opposite of the 9th house of expansion and like what I consider to be travel. That's where I'm getting that. And also Cancer is it rules the 4th house, and it also is ruled by the moon. You have sun, moon, which is family. Like it kind of is giving mother father energy, and like healing and just being close culturally. And I know like that's not gonna resonate for everyone, but it just feels like it's either a close and a familiarity in terms of culture, possibly religion, or just because you're in a same space, right? The same energy or similar mission. Because I was getting the vibe of like the sun, the lovers, like kind of out doing work. So like I was getting like charity work. I was getting being involved in a localized community way with that Cancer, like possibly like some sort of a cause. Like that's something that's coming through for, I don't want to say all of you, because again, general messages, but again, I just gave a broad range of scenarios. So again, take what resonates and how it's applying to your situation or situations you know that are upcoming. Like if you know you have plans for X, Y, or Z, this may be a hint as to how you'll meet someone that you're gonna fall in love with. And at the bottom, you have that cardinal energy. It says instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. So I didn't know that was there. But again, with that King of Pentacles, that Sun card, that builder, it is initiate. Like it is the initiative. It is like doing something locally, because again, fourth and third house, that's very localized home energy, whether it's like a physical home, whether it's like just your local community that you're in, or whether it is something that is close to your heart, because like home is where the heart is, so something related to your family, close friends, things of that nature. So but cardinal again is starting of something. So this is your confirmation, if you're single, that yes, you have someone coming in, that it doesn't have to be someone from your past, because cardinal signs are brand new energy, and these are the signs of Aries. You do have Cancer again, you have Libra, and then you have Capricorn. Okay, so yeah, definitely those are the signs that are coming through for you. And let me put this down. I was debating on whether or not I was going to leave it in frame, but let's go for it. I'll grab this other deck. Here we go, and we'll get more messages. Okay, who you'll fall in love with? Strawberry Quartz, pile 1. So it's funny because there may be a bit of a denial coming through, because the card fell in reverse, but I moved so quickly to pick it up that the position I was in to grab the card, it is upright. So that is how I take my cards. Like I don't always take reversals just because they fell. If I don't have time to think about the fact that it's a reversal and I just pick it up upright, then that's the natural positioning of the card. So you have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So I think we do. We have that 2 times. Sorry, I had to pause. They were cutting grass and I could hear it, so I wasn't sure if y'all could hear it. So I just gave myself a second. So yeah, the new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. You have that energy coming through twice, so that could be a relevant sign, as well as the sign of Cancer. So very cardinal initiating energy. So I think in the intro I mentioned like initiating, furthering connections and everything. So those of you that are here for confirmation, this is confirmation, especially if you're looking to evolve something. But those of you that are looking for something completely brand new, you have like it not only will it be brand new, but it's something that will feel familiar very quickly, right? It'll click. It'll be like you found what you've been looking for in that Ace of Swords. So before I shuffle again, you do have Cancer again. You and your loved ones are safe. So it kind of connects with that energy I was discussing earlier about all of the scenarios in which you could encounter the person you're gonna fall in love with. Okay, and oh look, yep, just because now granted, this is the sign of Cancer. It is ruled by the crab, but I mentioned that crab, so that could be relative relevance in this scenario. So let me get my last card from this deck, and we'll take the bottom to see. That's funny. I'll take both. I have 2, and then the bottom. Sorry, I am shaking the table. You have full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. And then you have full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. So if we're looking okay. At the bottom you have don't let your past hold you back. South node, which is very familiar energy. It is the areas of your life where you are most comfortable, predisposed to success. It's easy for you to I'm sorry, this is gonna drive me crazy. You definitely I think I mentioned that you might want pile 3. Again, it's not, this is real time, like I do this in order. You may want pile 3 for real, because that is a Smoky quartz necklace, and like it's snatching the full moon in Sagittarius. So I'm wondering if those will be some themes, the topic I'm talking about right now in that pile. That will be I don't know, we'll see. That'll be interesting if it is. But here it's this person that you're going to fall in love with is not the typical person you'd go for. It's not your usual type. You have a comfort zone that you're going to have to step out of to really be with this person, because look at the bigger picture. It is all about broadening your perspectives. We do have Gemini on the table, actually in 2 instances, with the third house under there. So now we're looking at that 3rd house, 9th house axis. So I still believe that this is a person that will be close in proximity. Now I did say it's probably not going to happen traveling, on vacation, or anything like that. I still don't believe that that's the case. If you meet this person abroad in a place that is not your I'll say ancestral home, for lack of a better description, somewhere like if you're an expat, or if you've relocated, you've been somewhere for some time, maybe a couple to a few years, right? It's not where you're from, but it is still your localized energy. You've been there long enough to establish a sense of home, a sense of community. Those are some of the instances that are coming through. But that 3rd, 9th house axis is really coming through prominently. But it's feeling like there may be like a cultural thing, whether it's you're close in culture, you're very similar in culture while very different in culture at the same time. And I don't even know how to develop that. So you know what I mean? If you're living this life, or if you're stepping into that life, you'll know exactly what I mean. You're like a lot alike, but very, very different. So that those differences are where you'll have to evolve, and you'll have to expand and be a little more open-minded with look at the bigger picture, because there seems to be a bit of a tendency to allow your past to hold you back as it relates to this connection that is either you're looking for confirmation on, or you're hoping will come in. Okay, so like don't allow your past instances and connections to rule your present or your future. Okay, so I'm gonna pull from these love-based decks, and we will get more clarity on who you'll be falling in love with. Okay, strawberry quartz, pile 1. That's cute. Okay, oh my goodness, I was gonna take one. First of all, okay, so let's take it. I'm not gonna develop this bottom of the deck energy. We are not, which is hilarious, because like I know I have a lot of 18+ readings. That's what you guys like. So I have a lot of them on my channel, and I'll do more. I'm just not on that kick right now. But we can't develop that energy here. Like this is not how it's gonna happen. But I will touch on it. You have a sexual healing message at the bottom of the deck. Sexual energy can be used to reconnect. Let your bodies release some tension and enjoy pleasure. So I'll let that message speak for itself. I'll also say that it is also intimacy. One of the cards that came out just now is a card of intimacy. What was the order? Actually, I'll tell you how it came out. You have courting, which was the first one that came out. It says this period of development towards a romantic relationship is important. This time will help you both see if marriage is in the cards, right? So, serious connection. Libra rules the 7th house of contracts, right? So if we're talking about marriage, that is why that message is coming through. It is formal relationships, whereas the fifth house is like casual dating for fun and enjoyment of each other's time. The seventh house is, okay, well, let's get this on paper, right? You have warm embrace, which was underneath the courting card. I didn't realize it was coming out. So again, intimacy, like this is the person you're going to have a deep intimacy with. Very comfortable, right, with that warm embrace. It says, let yourself enjoy your partner's loving arms around your body. Their touch ignites a flame within you. So again, that is a message of the how compatible you two are as it relates to intimate relations. Okay, and you have it's a vibe. Yes, it is. Enjoy the good vibes and energy with this person because they are like no other. So yeah, like I said, deep intimacy, like very compatible sexually, very compatible emotionally and whatnot. Just kind of wanting really liking each other's touch. I can feel like and not just necessarily in a 18 plus X-rated sexual way. And it is just wanting to connect. Like I'm seeing a lot of like hugs and hand holding and kisses and such. Okay, really lovey-dovey. Okay, that's the person you're gonna fall in love with. Okay, let me pull from this deck. So it's funny because I'm realizing that I'm shuffling this deck upside down. So in me doing that, I have engagement in very soon. Okay, I'll take it. And I'll take it upright. Okay, yeah, it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So there may be blockages as it relates to that. Since I picked up the deck upside down, it's almost like you didn't see it coming, right? Like it's upside down, it's in reverse. Naturally, you didn't see it coming, but with this person possibly or whatever, and you do have worth waiting for. That's your confirmation, you singles, and also those of you that are looking for confirmation for you to be a little bit patient. Okay, divine timing is at work in your love life. So might be a bit of a delay, right, with the way that I was shuffling this deck. Might be a little bit of a delay in the seriousness of the connection, right, with the engagement and the way that it came out. Like I was shuffling in reverse and I had it that way, right? The commitment may take a little bit of time, right? Courting and maybe the early stages of that nature of the connection, right? Very new, like dating, getting familiar intimately in that way. And I say that because again, fifth house is joy and pleasure, just kind of enjoying one another and eventually making your way to that seventh house. At the bottom you have playfulness. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So just making sure that you don't take the connection too seriously and that you allow yourself to enjoy your time with this person without hyper fixating on the outcome, right? All right. Let's see. Social expectations. Like I said, all of those expectations, whether it's yours, your internal, external, keeping up the outward appearance, but inwardly wasting away is not fair to you or your partner. Learn to let go. So lots of energy coming through here for that. So those of you where that's been a thing, you've not gotten the commitment you've been looking for, this person that's coming in or this person that you're engaging now is going to be the one that changes all of that. Like you'll be able to get that stable, that King of Pentacles, that engagement, that stable energy that you've been looking for, that commitment. If you've been dating a lot of commitment folks, like this person's going to come in and you're not going to have to worry about that. It'll happen naturally and organically though. Like it's not going to be step for step, let's do it. This person's going to be very clear about their intentions and their expectations, but it's not going to be a constant, okay, now we're dating, okay, now let's get engaged or let's get married. It's going to just happen when it feels like it should happen, right? And also that those cultural differences, that broadening your perspective, this person not being your usual type, whatever that shift is of you needing to be open-minded as it relates to this person is coming through there for some of you. And also Some of you, this person that you're engaging currently or have recently engaged, this is your confirmation that you should probably let go if you're not having your needs met. Like you want to compromise to some degree, but it has to be healthy. Like if none of your needs are being met with the connection, then you know that I'm talking about you. That it's kind of time for you to move on, and someone new is coming in. Someone new is coming in that is really gonna give you the attention, whatever your language is, your love language is. I heard, like, I wanted to say the love language and I said language without it. So maybe it could be literally a barrier for language for some of you, but you know, like an expression of communication, literally languages, since we're talking about possibly foreign concepts. So just know that someone that is much more compatible with you and the way you want to be loved is coming in if like most or none of your needs are being met. Okay, and I said it because at the bottom you do have settling in love. Maybe you've given up on finding true love and decided to settle for second best. Don't make that mistake. So those of you that know that, like, you know I'm talking about you, you'll know. So let's pull one more. What is it? Okay. Ooh, this is interesting energy. So we did have the sun, which is kind of like a father energy, and then you have the King of Pentacles, and then you have parental love, which is interesting. It says there's a parent-child role dynamic in this relationship. Learn how to meet your partner as an equal. So we could be talking about like a history, like a family thing, but it's interesting, very interesting for me, because at the bottom you have mature relationship. Whether you're older or not, this union will be focused on companionship, support, dependability, and love. So it's feeling like some of you, this person may be older. It doesn't have to be in physical age. It could be mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Like something about this person is extremely mature. Like they know how to be fun. They know how to be fun, but they are extremely mature. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna be used to that. You're not gonna be used to how mature this person is, because you've never had that before. You've never had a mature partner or a person that was interested in you that was this mature. Like I said, very playful, very fun, but grown. You know what I mean? Like, and that's probably going to be that broadening of your perspective. It's going to force you to be more mature, right? It's going to force you to meet this person where they're at, because you're not used to dealing with people that on that level that are that mature, you know? Interesting that came through like that. Yeah, I could see with that broadening perspective, it could be you truly not being used to that, like how grown this individual is. What is this? Okay, you've got connection in reverse. What's that about? Okay, so at the bottom you do have distance. So if you two let me get another one so I can see what that's all about. I see. It hit me, and distance is back at the bottom, even though this card came through. So what's going to happen? Connection in reverse is not about your relationships romantically necessarily. Like this person is going to come in after a period of being very, very lonely. Okay, like you've been lonely, you've possibly been single for some time, or you've been in connections that were not fulfilling. It just didn't work. Like you didn't like it, that period of loneliness, whatever that is. And with distance at the bottom, because it wanted to be there, we're gonna take it. It feels like this person, let me fix this. There we go. Will kind of be a light to you. If we're talking about being like in a localized energy or being abroad, like maybe you don't have many friends around or something. Like it just feels like there's a disconnect, right? A disconnect from the world around you, or maybe you're just not as fulfilled. Like whatever that disconnect is, whether it's a disconnect from family, disconnect from friends, disconnect romantically, single for too long, just feeling isolated and alone. You have soulmates coming through, right? Distance. This person's gonna come in and kind of be that person to help you reconnect with the world, to give you what you need in terms of relationships, you know, friendship and love, you know what I mean, and possibly family as well. They'll be able to fulfill all three, at least temporarily, until you find a way to reconnect, if that makes sense. So let me get a one of these cards to advice, right? So we can close this out, because I feel like this might be longer than I think it is, because I paused it at one point due to the grass cutting outside. Okay. That's too many, but I'll take them. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna keep shuffling. So, okay, we've got sleep. So if you've not been resting, make sure you're getting enough rest. But it's also a message of you kind of being disconnected and not expecting it, especially since you have unexpected literally coming out. Like you're not gonna see it coming, or you didn't see it coming. It caught you completely off guard. And forward movement. So making sure you get enough rest, be open to the unexpected. This being a confirmation of the scenario in which it happens, in forward movement. Once you try to, you make the decision to kind of move forward with your life and in the world, that's when this also will happen. But that's also your advice and how to proceed. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, Pile 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Pile 2, if you selected this rose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. Let's see who you'll be falling in love with. As I said in the intro, this could be a confirmation of a connection. If you're purely, dryly single, could be that too. However it resonates, we will take it. I do have the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. I have 2 astrology-based decks, and I have 4 love-based oracle decks. One specifically catered to soulmate twin flame energy that I merged. And I also have whispers of healing for advice at the end. So I'm thinking that I felt the need to spell it out again. You probably skipped the intro. That is okay. Take the messages that are relevant for you, that you want, and leave what you don't feel like you have time for. Okay? So Pile 2, rose quartz crystal. I actually got 2. And oh, it's looking like it might want to come in reverse. Looking like it might want to come in reverse. Okay, so the first one is upright, clearly the devil card, which is Capricorn energy. It is 10th house of career. I didn't even want to leave the word career, so maybe this person is hyper career driven. That may be the control energy that's coming through with the devil card, but I was going to say social expectations and social status, but career came through very heavily. So this person may be very, very career and goal oriented, possibly to the point of overkill. Okay, could be, especially like this person like might be a bit of a workaholic with this energy coming through primarily like that. So what is this card that is spinning? So it's funny because it fell, I thought it fell upright, and then it was spinning like it was going in reverse. Well, I just picked it up and here it is. Like it's unsure on how to proceed sometimes. So this person could come into your life, or has come into your life at a point where they kind of lack a little bit of direction. They don't know where they're gonna go. The one thing that may be very certain is this devil card, that energy of career and stability, and making sure that they're good in that area, because they don't really know what it is that they're necessarily passionate about or fulfilling, like ways that they could be more creative and fulfilled, because the wands are the suite of creativity. It is I don't want to say pleasure, but I could see how it would be connected to that, because again it rules passion, right? So while it's not the pleasure itself, it is the passion that you get from something that is pleasurable, right? So that's the energy coming through for this person, likely around the time that they come in. Lots of red, root chakra energy. Let me get one more. What's that? Oh goodness, yeah, 3 of Swords. So yeah, you'll meet this person at a time where they're lacking in being fulfilled, and they're looking for that. 10 of Cups, right? They're looking for that, right? They're looking to not only be fulfilled within themselves, but they're looking for complete fulfillment, right? With that 10, like maxed out fulfillment energy, like that energy of finally reaching I'm hearing the words a life where they just can enjoy the day to day, because with the Three of Swords there, it's like heartbroken, pain, downtrodden, very low energy, like heartbreak and all of those things. So it could be related to a lot of things, but like I said, it could be failures as it relates to this energy of social status and career, since that's the one major arcana card that came through, that Capricorn energy. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. It is karma, it is lessons, it is the growth that we have to face, it is slow moving lessons, having to endure something for an extended period of time before you can learn the lesson and in life improve. And it also rules hard work, so possibly exhaustion, overextending, overwork, especially since the Devil card itself talks about control issues and needing to control things and addictions and whatnot. So that could be the energy this person is in when they come through for you. Or you could be in that energy when that person comes through. I'm going to pull from these astrology days that I don't want you to worry. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, like somebody's coming in. Like, I'm going to get this person that's like broken. We're going to have to get it together. It could be both of you. But I want you to be optimistic about it, because with this energy that this person has, that Capricorn energy, always going to have. Like, so this is also a very stable person as it relates to the material plane. Like, this is a person that once they work through their purpose in life, their fulfillment, once they work through finding their pleasure, the things they enjoy in that 10 of Cups, it'll be the 10 of Cups. Like, that's the type of life that you two will have when you fall in love. It's that 10 of Cups will finally click into place for both of you, and you'll feel really good about the connection and each other and just life overall, like stepping completely out of that Three of Swords. But again, this could be you, this could be that person, or you could be mirroring each other at this point when you both fall in love, okay? Lacking in fulfillment and finding it or restoring it with the connection. So this person, or you may have Aries placements. You do have that Ace of Wands, and I feel like that is Aries energy, since Aries is a cardinal sign. It is the first sign of the zodiac. It is also just the first fire sign too. So it is that initiating energy. It feels like the Ace of Wands every time I see it. It says independence, bravery, and passion. So again, hardworking. This person may have a bit of a hard time, or you may be having a bit of a hard time when they come in, because Aries also is like the god of war. So like, you know, lots of trauma, whether it's past or current, when your connection happens. That'll be surrounding it. What's this jumping out? House 12, facing your demons. Yes. Spirituality, transcendence, karma is here. Sacrificial service and healing, because I do believe that Pisces, which rules the 12th house, it is ruled by Neptune, but I think I don't know why I feel like there's associations to Saturn as well. I could be making that up, but yeah, the 12th house of aspects of yourself, subconscious mind, dreams, what's real versus not real, like sorting through the aspects of yourself that were once hidden, that are surfacing. That's what'll happen when you meet this person, or as you've met this person, as the confirmation. And again, a mirroring effect. But this is a person that you have to be careful with. Because house 12 is a house of merging. It is losing yourself, especially with the 10 of Cups in the connection. So don't do that, especially with the Devil card. It rules addictions, as does the 12th house. So don't get codependent and like sharing addictions of each other or with each other. Like, don't allow one another to spiral. Because that's the next person you're going to fall in love with if you're not already on that path. And Aries is independence. It rules the first house. It is the house of self. It is how you project yourself out to the world. It is who you are, like your identity. Whereas like, you know, it's opposite 7th house of your relationship. So maintaining your identity within this connection. So that's a warning, okay? You have Leo, which is about personality, right? It says self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. So again, you're going to feel so good with one another. You're going to have so much fun. That's 5th house energy of joy and pleasure. You're going to love each other so much that it's possible that you just want to watch that you don't overdo it. I split the deck, and you have New Moon and Leo before I shuffle. So Leo may be a prominent placement for one or both of you. But yeah, this may feel dark. It's not. Like if you're Pisces or Pisces dominant or 12th house dominant in and of yourself, or love those types of connections, you know what I'm talking about. It's not scary. It's just balance and boundaries are very, very important in this connection that you're gonna have soon, because it's very easy to lose sight of the world around you and just merge completely within this person and start neglecting responsibilities, just fall off your routine. You know what I mean? Like it make sure that there's some grounded energy with that devil card. Make sure that you're grounded. Like jealousy, control issues within the connection. Exactly. The card that came out is super moon. Emotions are running high. So like you two are going to feel things you never felt before in this connection with that 10 of cups. So it's good. It's a lot of passion. It's a lot of enjoyment. It's a lot of pleasure, but just don't spiral, right? It's kind of like, the energy would be similar to like the Joker and Harley Quinn, right? Like that kind of connection. That's a very extreme case, but you know what I mean? Like it can be toxic if you don't manage it, right? If you don't manage it, right? You do have fixed moon. Hold your vision, right? Hold your, like, find some stability in the connection. And this would actually be a pile, depending on what's happening, that you could actually go to therapy together, or go to therapy separately. Like it feel like a couple that may need therapy. Not that the connection in and of itself is not bad. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like this would be like an epic movie, but just make sure that you don't allow your traumas in this 12th house energy to and that devil card to become a situation, right? You have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. That is 11th house energy of networking, of acquaintances and whatnot. So you may meet this person out at some type of event and some type of network. It could be work related, as it seems like one or both of you possibly is workaholics, but not necessarily a work setting, like possibly like a maybe like a conference of some kind. That could be the case, or like a meeting or something like that. But yeah, it says bring love into the situation, which you two will. At the bottom you have communication is key. That is a new moon in Gemini, 3rd house energy. Okay, lots of communication here though with the air signs. You have 2 out of 3 air signs. The only one that's missing currently is Libra. So communicating, making sure that you're expressing yourselves, not leaving things to interpretation and confusion with all of the water, that Pisces energy floating in the background. Like being clear in the way that you communicate with one another. Some of you, this may be current just because I'm speaking of it in the current sense. But we'll see. Just if this is future energy, just prepare. It's really nothing to be afraid of, as long as you just want to make sure you're a whole person before you try to merge with somebody else. Like if you're feeling like a piece of somebody, if you're feeling like you're not fulfilled in your own life, you can't find complete fulfillment within someone else, right? Like people add to your life. They're not your whole world. So that's where you want to be careful, okay? And same with them, okay? So I'm going to start pulling from these love-based decks and see what we get. Exactly. I talk about that foundation. This is someone that you're gonna have to work with, right? Like I said, that merging, I love that energy of merging. I'm not afraid of that kind of energy. I have lots of Scorpio placements. I'm Scorpio dominant, actually. So I get it, but you have to have your own sense of reality and being grounded and whatnot, because you do have the clarity card. It says someone finally sees the answer that was right in front of their eyes. The vision is clear, therefore what is to come shall be clear too. So that could be a message of realization when you realize who this person is and how they come about your life, or realizing your feelings for them, or making sure you maintain that clarity, like I said, in all of those illusions in that 10 of cups and 12th house energy. At the bottom you have building a future. This one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. So it's a very, very positive connection, right? But you want to make sure you're both rooted in reality. I feel like relationships of this nature have the most potential for those of you that may be a little concerned or scared, because I believe that you can only experience one end. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say that like it's a finite perspective that I have, right? Like I don't want to limit my growth in the way that I see the world, but for the most part, I feel like you can only experience one end of an emotional spectrum as you experience the other. So like the people that experience the purest joy, the highest of highs, have also experienced the lowest of lows, and that's this kind of energy of this connection. Okay, not saying you'll experience those extreme highs and lows in the connection. It's possible, but I'm saying it feels like one or both of you, and actually it feels like the both of you have experienced some extreme lows, and you're going to be able to experience some extreme highs together. So let me get one more. You just need to make sure that you don't get wrapped up in those highs because you had been so low, you know, that you want to feel the high consistently, whether we're talking about like literal highs or just emotional and spiritual highs. You want to make sure that you find some balance and grounded nature, right? You have devotion. Oh, it's like the OG toxic couple. Yeah, a dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. Carmen, that's crazy. Butterflies, look at that connection. Enjoy the overwhelming excitement and bliss of new or old love. So that's the energy coming through. So you're gonna feel really good, very clear about how you two mutually feel about one another. So very, very beautiful energy. Okay. Pull. Get two. What is this? Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Beautiful. Like this isn't a person you're gonna have to hide your feelings from. And I think that's part of the merging is you two not having had that before, being able to be completely open about how intense you feel for somebody, being able to do that. You do have make the effort. Okay, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So I see one of both of you being so afraid of this energy that you kind of run from it. At the bottom, you have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. We've been talking about that the whole time. I'm not even gonna drag that message on, but express your love, make the effort. This is someone that is going to be very clear to you and them how you feel. You're going to feel butterflies immediately if you haven't already, and it's going to take work to kind of express your love, make the effort. So I do see both of you having that codependent energy, but one of you is really going to be trying to cling to reality and like, let me just leave pile 2 alone. I can already tell that it's trouble, that it's going to be a dangerous situation. I could see that happening in the beginning stages of the connection of who you're falling in love with. But again, express your love, make the effort. That seems like a message of some sort, whether that's you or this person, but it says express your love, make the effort. It could be you, pile 2, that needs to kind of be open and expressive to this person, like making it clear that you have feelings, especially if you're combating that codependent energy, or if it could be them. If one of you is going to combat that codependent energy, like you'll feel it coming in, or they will, and you'll be like, hold on, let me slow this down so that it's not like, so that we don't spiral. But in doing that and setting those boundaries, you need to make sure, or they may, I don't know, I'm reading for you, Pal 2, still make it clear that they're interested, that you're interested, that you still want to pursue something, just at a slower rate, not as intense, not as soul merging, all at once. Like it's one thing if you evolve that merging at a healthy way, and 10 years down the line, you're kind of like having telepathic reading each other's thoughts because it was a slow bonding of that nature. But just diving in head first, especially if you lack maturity or inexperience, could be dangerous. Okay, especially for you spiritual types, especially for you non-spiritual types. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I know what I mean. So let's see, I'll get 2 from this deck. Let's see. Pile 2, rose quartz crystal. Here we go. And I even have 3. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. So you have abstinence. So it could be the case of what's going on with you guys. If one or both of you has been abstinent for some time or are abstinent, it could be why you're not wanting to merge, or they're not wanting to merge with that 12th house energy. It is very tempting. I think that devil card is down there. I can't remember. You know, temptation. This person's not really invested in that in early stages of connections, or maybe you're not. So you have this abstinence card coming out. Having a dry spell or sex drought can be frustrating, but it doesn't have to be. Take this time to love yourself first, right? Setting those boundaries, making sure you establish a connection that is meaningful before intimacy. Some people are like that, so it feels like one of you is like that as you're falling in love with one another. But abstinence could also be stemming from that, what that codependency is stemming from, having not been expressing yourself in that way for some time, whether it's you or that person. That could be what that spiral or premature merging is all about. Okay, so you do have dom sub, so we are not developing this energy. Listen, because even with that 12th house stuff, I can already see this 18 plus 18 plus X-rated energy. We're not, but I will read the card. It says you could be dating someone that will be very dominant. It's up to you if you want this kind of relationship. That's not exactly what it says, but that's what I read, so that's what you say. Is that devil card? Yes, the devil card is there. So dom sub, just watch it, because again, very controlling. One may be controlling in this instance. So just watch it, especially with that codependency. You have blast from the past. An ex or on again, off again lover may come back. Is it worth revisiting the past? That's interesting for some of you. And then you have on the rebound. Someone is on the rebound. This could be a confusing ride. Take things slow. So someone is giving jealousy. So some of you, the situation in which you engage or further the connection with the person you're falling in love with or meet them is, this is not a meeting. This is not a meeting. The only way this is meeting is if, again, meeting after some time of being alone and not being sexually active, this person kind of introduces you to something, or you introduce them to something. Like it could be the role switch, like it could be switching energy, but it's giving sexual if it's brand new here. Now, everything we've talked about up to now still applies. It's just that those of you where you're in connections or past connections, something happened in the past where somebody either tried to move on or distance themselves or make the other one jealous, and that's why you have that devil and dom sub energy of controlling and that codependency. So just watch it. Like I said, there's a lot of things that could happen in this connection that could become toxic. Doesn't have to be, doesn't mean the connection is toxic. Just need to be grounded in reality. Okay. And also this is a situation where one or both of you may compare the other to past lovers, past connections, may even try to distance yourself from the connection at some point because of the intensity of it. Try to go to a more stable, less passionate situation. Somebody that they or you may not even be attracted to sexually with the abstinence card, just for the sake of taking a break from this intensity of the connection. Okay, like that possibly could happen, or at least will cross one of your mind. Okay, so let me pull from this last deck. I say last deck, but I do have that advice deck I want to pull. So let me just get a couple of cards from this Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle deck, and then I'll pull from that one. All right, Pile 2, Rose Quartz. All right, and I've got 2. At the bottom, loyalty. After all of this disloyalty, see how chaotic? All of this disloyalty, right? Playing games, and then you have loyalty at the bottom. So this, just be careful. It feels like this could be you, it could be them. I feel there's a tendency to test one another, testing of loyalty, right? Playing games to see how responsive, how loyal you are to the connection. Again, it could be that way. So just watch it. It also, in a more positive sense, it is that you two will be completely devoted, dedicated, loyal to one another once you get yourselves together. Okay, you have walk away. Look at that. See, look at those games. Okay, and then you have complicated. So just watch that you don't overcomplicate the situation, that you find some sense of being grounded, some sense of personal identity, because it's never good when you completely throw your whole energy into a connection. Like, you got to go out and do something, like find some hobbies, like take some classes, like get a new job, like write a book, like do something that's not merging solely with this person. Okay, because you'll start suffocating one another, and I can see it becoming very complicated when this person comes in, or if they're not in already, and kind of becoming chaotic. Okay, so just watch it, and also it doesn't have to be that this is the connection that's coming in. I could be reading past energy that I'm using as a reference, using as a warning, not for you not to bring that into this brand new situation, that of the person you're going to be falling in love with as well. Okay, so let me get this advice card. I only want one, and then I'll close it out. Okay, pile 2, what do we want to tell pile 2 about this? Okay, well, I don't get 2, I get 1. What's these say? Release, right? And it is left slanted, so it is incoming energy, beginning to release. So release attachments to this person, release attachments to past people, release attachments, release expectations, all of those things. And you have seek seclusion. So again, that's, like I said, personal identity, your own life, and things outside of this connection. Okay, making sure you have those. You do that. This is like the highest of highs that anybody could experience in any type of romantic connection. I am not exaggerating. Like, most people will never live a connection like this, feel a connection like this, feel this type of love. Feels kind of what people call twin flame like. And but again, you have to be grounded. You have to have your own life. You have to have your own identity, and they have to as well. Like, you can't control them. You can control them. It has to, but you have to figure out who you are independent of one another, so that you can be your best version of yourselves in union. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, if you selected this Smoky quartz, then this is your reading. So we're gonna look at who you'll fall in love with, and then I have the Saint Timothy Tarot, and I have a few decks that we're gonna look at, several decks actually, to get some clarity on who this might be, whether it's a confirmation of a connection or something new for you to anticipate or expect. I have 2 cards wanting to come out, so let me grab them. Okay, what is happening here? That is hilarious for me. This is funny. You have the 2 of Cups in reverse. I know you're like, wow, wait, what? If you know anything about tarot, you're like, reverse, why? Well, I have the other card, that is the 9 of Wands. You know what? I'm not even gonna pull a 3rd card. I'm not gonna pull a 3rd card. I'm gonna take the bottom. I have everything I need here with these 2. All right, you have the King of Cups. So let me tell you how this is gonna happen. Sorry, let me get myself together. Okay. All right, so 2 of Cups reverse, 9 of Wands, King of Cups. Some of you, you're gonna fall in love when you're not, all of you, it's gonna be when you're not expecting it completely. It's unexpected, completely unexpected. You're either gonna not be interested, right? You're gonna be not interested in romance, not interested in love, not invested in love in any capacity, taking a break from dating, taking a break from even wanting anything to do with anyone on a romantic level. Or you'll have given up hope that it's a thing for you, like, listen, eternal single, living my best life, just me. Like, that's the energy, one or both combination, when you fall in love. So it's going to be completely unsuspecting, and it possibly even inconvenient, which is why the 2 of Cups in reverse. Because it's one thing if you give up on love and you're like, oh, it's not going to happen, then it happens. But it's another thing where it happens and you're like, well, first of all, I had moved on and I was looking to live my best single life. So now this whole connection is ruining all of my single plans that I had made. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I could see you having has said like, this is it. I want to be single, or listen, I've accepted that I'm going to be single. Let me just buy the house that I want. Let me just take the trips that I want, find some travel groups, travel alone. Like I have all of these plans for the next year that I'm going to do, just me, myself, and I. And then boom, here's the King of Cups, not gender specific. Like, hey, I'm here. And that's hilarious to me that that's going to happen for you like that, or that it has happened, hence why you're here. Like when you'll fall in love because you're like, I know it's not happening now. That's funny. So let me pull from these other decks and see what's going on. I'm pulling the tarot, the astrology based decks, right? See if we can get some more energy coming through. But that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be someone that is that King of Cups energy, a very loving, very caring, very creative, very passionate, very nurturing, fun, romantic. Like this is a wooing of an individual. And with that Nine of Wands, it's like, listen, this is on pause. Like, let me just, I don't have time for you. Like, or maybe I do, but you know, pile 3 is like, what's going on? Why is this person coming in now that I'm like, I've reached my peak. I was almost at the point. I was making it to that 10 of Wands of having completely being fed up with, completely been fed up with connections, romantic connections, completely fed up with waiting for something, dating, like completely fed up with, you know what I mean? Like you had just about reached your breaking point as it related to connections, whether it was you not being interested in them or you just feeling like it just was not for you or future, right? That is when it could happen as well. For you singles, because this is my pile that is like truly the single. It's truly the single. Like, and it doesn't mean that you've always been single or that like you've been single to the point where you're like, oh, it's not gonna happen for me. It could truly be that whatever your last connection was, Two of Cups reverse, it was so bad that you're like, nah, I'm not doing this again. Okay, like Two of Cups reverse is, you know, even if you haven't been eternally single, like some of you, if you were in a connection that whatever that last connection was, or one pivotal one, it was like, listen, never again. I wish I would expose myself in that way. That's what's coming through for you, pile 3. So this is funny for me. This is very interesting for me as I'm reading this energy. So let me get from this deck. And 2 jumped out very quickly. Again, not suspecting it. Very quick energy. At the bottom you have fire, okay, confidence, optimism, passion, bravery. So that's your fiery spirit that's gonna combat this person. Like this person's gonna be they're gonna be very passionate too, but like that energy that you have is really what it is turning them on, okay? And again, the fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you may have placements with that, or they may have placements with that. But something about that fiery edge that you have, that whole disinterested in relationships, is actually what brings out this person's romantic side. So that's fun. House 2, it says physical security, possessions, material values, self-worth. Love that for you. It's Taurus energy, ruled by Venus, and it is it talks about in you dealing with all of the instability emotionally that you kind of found yourself. Exactly. Look at this countdown. I'm realizing, let me put this one down too so I can finish that point. You have house 1, which is Aries, could be, and it's individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So exactly what I said. So you have not, like, this is an energy of you counting down to 1, right? 2 and 1, and then there's even birds. So like kind of like thinking about traveling, expanding your knowledge, learning a new language, taking up a new hobby, like, and you saying, I'm not, like, it's not that you've been, the energy of you not being invested or interested in a connection when it happens is not a negative space, pile 3. Don't want to make you feel like I'm either shaming you or that it's something you shouldn't be doing. You're committed to self-improvement. It is, okay, so listen, this relationship, I can't force it. force these relationships. Maybe I may not be meant to have anybody, or I'm just not even worried about it, or I'm done. Maybe whatever past situation was so traumatizing that you were like, I need this time for myself. I need to go out and travel, gain new hobbies and such by myself. Maybe that's what it was, because house 2 is somebody that's establishing a foundation. I think I mentioned earlier buying a house. This is someone that's like, let me get out and get my own place by myself. Let me live by myself for the first time. Maybe, you may have only lived with a spouse and family. Let me live by myself for a little while. Let me focus on my career and get my things together. Let me start a business. Let me, further my education. House 1 is who am I? How do I show myself to the world? How do I approach? So in this time of you in that 9 of Wands, completely disengaging from romantic connections, you've been improving, right? Fire is passion and creativity. Just you though, without needing a person. And that's actually what is attracting this person, this King of Cups, to you, is the fact that you're stable on your own, you're independent, you have, and not independent necessarily materially, even though I see that here, but just as a person, you have your own energy, you have your own space, you have your own life, right? Plans, goals outside of anyone, and they feel like it's complementary to their outlook and what they want to achieve. You see how that happens? So let me pull from these. Oh no, I'm like skipping over. I moved straight to the love decks. Let me pull from this Moonology deck. Skipping over this other astrology based deck. Let's see. Pile 3, Smoky, Quartz. Who you fall in love with? Ooh, this is interesting. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So that is your confirmation. Like those of you that are on that brink, if this is future energy of not really looking for anyone, nothing will come of the situation. Like if you're thinking that that's you, like your life, like it's coming. This is the confirmation for those of you where this is future energy for sure. You singles, it's coming. Okay. Let me pull one more. And if you need the confirmation of a connection, the answers you need are coming. It's going to come very, very soon. You'll get that clarity. Let me get one more. What is this? A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So you've got both signs that are ruled by Mercury. Emotions are running high. So this is someone that you may connect with during various studies, learning, development, whether that is professional development, whether it is just knowledge and education for the sake of evolving your horizons and your perspective and outlook on life. Could meet somebody at the library during some type of workshop, course, professional thing. Like it's something related to communication and learning. That's how you meet this person. It could even be like a concert, because that's music is words and whatnot, and sound. So again, both signs of Mercury, anything that's ruled by Mercury, and connecting mentally. You two connect mentally, right? Have similar perspectives and outlooks on life, similar mentalities. Okay, that's 3rd house and 6th house energy, very local, day-to-day energy. So you're gonna meet this person, if you haven't already, doing something very mundane. It's not going to be super exciting. I said concert, it could be, but again, day to day within your local community, whatever that means. It's all relative, right? Like it could be just within your state, it could be within your city, within your neighborhood, whatever local means to you. Doing something mundane. That's Virgo energy of possibly shopping. It's your day-to-day life. It is things that are wellness related. Could simply be meeting this person, just going to a routine doctor visit, like basic like that, right? Grocery shopping, like that could be how, just going to work, right? Day-to-day life, with that 6th house and the 3rd house energy here. So you might even meet this person during Mercury retrograde. I'm not gonna lie, I saw car trouble. I'm gonna pray for y'all. I feel, it could be Mercury retrograde when you meet this person. I know they have, like, it gets a bad rap, but I mean, I'm not afraid of Mercury retrograde. I was born during the retrograde. Thank you very much. So can't be that bad. So I'm just seeing a lot of messages coming through for you guys. But you'll definitely connect mentally first. That's for sure. And it makes sense because that's the only way to engage you at the stage of life you'll either be in or at that you're in now, because you're not worried about connecting with anybody emotionally, because that's not even on your radar. Like, you're possibly even guarded. I don't want to say guarded, because guarded has a negative connotation. You have boundaries. You know that you're not interested in that right now, or that because you don't feel like it's a thing for you, you've just kind of set a boundary of, I'm not having any expectations of a romantic connection. So this person will stimulate you mentally first, possibly even a friendship, just because that's not where your head was, you know? Let's see. What is this? Now I can move. Okay, have faith. Trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear or doubt interfere. Trust the divine. Listen, y'all, I'm the real deal. I'm sorry. It's just funny. When cards like this jump out after I've been clearly communicating a point, I love it, okay? So that is advice for you, but it's also confirmation from spirit, okay? So let me pull another one. Okay, ecstasy, we're not developing that. You know, lately I've been making it a point to do cleaner. Not that my readings are vulgar. I do not. If you watch my 18 plus readings, do not do it because you think they're going to be super like detailed sexually. YouTube will shut me down. I am not doing that. So, but you have ecstasy, right? Your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. The feeling of pleasure is electrifying. So again, that energy is coming through, very passionate with fire, like that sexual compatibility, like that arousal that comes through. That's as far as I'll go with it. But again, this is a person, like I said earlier, that will definitely stimulate you mentally, right? Elevate your mind, body, and soul. Like someone that you will connect. Again, Virgo rules wellness, right? Physical wellness. It could be the gym. It could be yoga. It could be spiritual practices, like day-to-day spiritual practices. It could even be, you could meet this person if you're religious at your spiritual house, whether it is church, mosque, whatever your religious affiliation is. You could meet this person doing things of that nature, and that could be part of the communication piece of your faith. You may bond based on your faith, right? Quality time. Again, this is a connection. The person you're gonna fall in love with will be very day-to-day, like regular. Like you two are just like a regular couple, like a couple that just doesn't mind just sitting at home, enjoying each other's company. It doesn't have to like be traveling constantly, dates constantly, which is hilarious because that's probably part of the hiccup of like, well, hold on. I was focusing on me. I was living my best single life. Like I want to go out. I want to be in the streets. I want to learn these things. I want to travel, try new foods, learn new languages. And then you meet this person and it's very local in your neighborhood energy. Like, okay, now I'm not going anywhere because I have this person. Like, don't let a relationship limit you and your goals and like your plans. But it's like you were planning on living your best jet setting life and never being home, and now you have this person that you only want to stay home with. So I love that for you. Okay, quality time is at the bottom of the deck. It says quality time means putting away the phone and clearing your brain of anything distracting so you can to ensure that your partner is your number one focus. So again, kind of making sure that you have time just in the house together, day to day, ordering takeout, door dashing food, like putting on music and just talking and interacting with one another. Like that's the person you'll fall in love with, and that'll be the connector. That'll be how you get caught slipping. It's just bonding with this person naturally like you would any friend. So that's fun for you possibly. But that quality time card also is a warning not to be so fixated on making sure that you're hyper independent and to yourself and focused on your things, right? A time to give rather than take with that Virgo card. It could be a bit workaholic energy, or I want to say workaholic, it doesn't necessarily just mean your career. It could just mean, oops, sorry, I am like knocking over the cards. Just focusing on what you want to do all the time by yourself, because again, you're in your best me, myself, and I era when this person comes in. So just make sure you're making time for this connection, you know. Because I mean, I could see if you have a year and plan, like, okay, I'm gonna go this place here. I got this time. Okay, well, I know I want this promotion. Let me dedicate this extra time to my job. Okay, now I'm trying to live my best fit life. Let me make sure that I'm making time for my gym membership. Let me make sure that I am focusing on my nutrition. I am researching things. Like, if that's the life you're living when this person comes in, make sure you make a little space to just be present with them, right? Quality time instead of always planning and going and moving. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck. I didn't think I was ever gonna get anything from this deck. What is this? Okay, so I'm not gonna take a second one because my message is clear here. You have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with one another. So again, communication, that communication piece with this person, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others, and that's exactly how this King of Cups is gonna get you. They're gonna come in, be very flirtatious, and catch you slipping, okay? Conversing, that's gonna be what how you fall in love, is through your conversations, through your interactions, lots and lots of communications, okay? Huge thing with this connection. Talking for hours, okay? About anything, about everything, about nothing, okay? And never getting bored of that. So I've got two that hit the deck. You've got choices at the bottom. Two or more will be vying for your attention at once. You'll have to choose which one to pursue. Ooh, so that's even more interesting. That's even more interesting for me, that you'll enter that era of I'm not even like worried about romantic connections, and then you'll have multiple people vying for your attention. No, there's one that we've been talking about that whole time, the King of Cups, but it's not just the one. So you kind of, but that's what happens, right? You start radiating, you start glowing because you're focusing your energy on yourself instead of externally. You're bettering yourself in various ways because you're not constantly chasing any connections or waiting for a connection or looking for a connection. You've just decided to live and express yourself and become who you want to be. That's attractive to a lot of people. So lots of options coming in at the point in which you fall in love with this person, okay? You have fun connection. Yeah, this person's fun. It's not very serious. And again, that's how you get caught slipping. That's how you will get caught slipping if you haven't. Okay, it says there's nothing better than being with someone who adds fun to your life. Enjoy the adventure and be happy. And that's exactly how it'll happen. You'll just be enjoying your life, enjoying this person, and then boom, it happens. Because the card that I just got from the floor that hit the deck, it says wish come true. So make a wish. It says someone will possess all the qualities you ever wanted in a partner, a dream come true. Love this energy for you, pile 3. Let me pull from the Soulmates Twin Flame Oracle Hybrid, and then I will pull from the Whisper of Healing deck for advice for you, and then we'll close it out, okay? Pile 3. Exactly. I love it. It complements that quality time card, loveness. So somebody that you're like in the house with, localized, small, local energy, like just not leaving the house. Like you two like might even be homebodies together. Okay. At the bottom it says romance. And I have the other jumper that came through. Divine timing. So if you're wondering, you have time here, right? And I also reference time at the beginning because it's all about timing. You giving up, not worrying about it, not either at the wrong time, like you feel like the timing's off. It's the right time, divine timing, right? So this connection is happening exactly as it should. If it's current energy, if it's confirmation, if you're looking ahead for something that is going to come in, it's going to come when it's supposed to come. If you haven't stepped into this energy of self-love and confidence and self-exploration and development, this is when you'll fall in love. When you focus on you and your goals and your stability and who you want to be and the life you live. If you decide to just be that person and live that life regardless of a romantic partner, the right one, the perfect one in that wish come true card will come through, okay? Kisses is at the bottom, very affectionate person. But again, love nest, divine timing, okay? So it doesn't matter that Kisses is out of frame because we're almost done. So let me get this advice card for you, Smoky Quartz Crystal, pile 3, and we will wrap it up. Let's get a message. Okay. Look at that. Meditation. The number 3, your number of your pile, is incoming. Meditate on your life, meditate on who you want to be, slow down and figure out who you are currently and who you want to evolve into. And it'll all come into you. Like, this will pull itself to you once you figure out who you are. And if we're talking about future, you're already stepping into that meditative state, right? That meditative state, that contemplative state of what is it that I want with my life? What do I want to do? Choices, right? 39, choices. Okay. I love this deck because look at that. Look at all of these options in this card. It's a really beautiful deck. But you have choices twice. You have choice and choices. Here it is. Stepping out, it is figuring out. So meditation and choices twice, is figuring out what it is that you want within your control and making decisions. If you have difficulty making decisions and following through, this is your confirmation that it's time to stabilize. Like, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? Start doing those things. Find your routine, right? Find your motivation. Start taking concrete steps, right? A time to give rather than take, right? Virgo energy is very meticulous. It is very detail oriented. Figure out the plan for what it is you want to do to live the life you want to live and be who you want to be, okay? So that is your advice, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.